Okay, this is Jacob Schmitt with deerhuntingschool.com. This video here I'm going to talk about scent control and why it's so important, and then at the end I'm going to give you a tip to help you be to be more scent free. Okay, first off I want to talk about why it's so important. As humans, our strongest defenses are eyes. A white-tailed deer, not. It's their weakest defense. I think they see a lot better than a lot of people think, but no doubt about it that their nose is far greater than their eyes. I mean, they can see you when it's absolutely impossible. I mean, they can smell you when it's absolutely impossible for them to see you. Okay, no one would deny that. Okay, that hunts whitetail. But I see guys all the time. It's just totally against the scent control. They think it's a big marketing scheme, and that it doesn't work. It's not going to help, whatever the case may be, or well, I can kill deer no matter how I smell because I've done it for my whole life. And in some cases they are correct, because the number one thing about deer hunting is location. If you're in the right location and you're there enough, you're going to kill a deer. I don't care if you go out and roll in a hog style. Okay? You're going to kill deer. But we're not talking about sitting there from opening day till the end of opening day and having a few windows. We're talking about being as stealthy and as invisible to these deer as possible. Okay? And these guys that are totally against scent control, they'll go and they'll spend all kinds of money camouflaging themselves. I've seen guys literally camouflage their finger, because they don't want deer seeing them, as they stick their finger in the trigger guard or on their release or whatever. But then they don't do anything for scent control, and I have literally seen that on hunting shows. I have seen it. I've watched thousands and thousands and thousands of hunting shows, and I've seen all kinds of stuff on TV that made no sense, okay? But they had no scent control whatsoever, but they're going to camouflage that trigger finger, by George. If you think about that and you think about the deer's greatest sense, it makes no sense. Their greatest sense is their nose. So we as humans, our greatest sense are eyes. So we try to fool what we see, and it's hard for us to grasp this scent control because we can't smell. We can't walk through the woods 4 or 5 hours after someone's walked through there and pick up their scent. We can't walk through 5 minutes after they walk through and pick up their scent. If we can, you can bet they're probably not going to kill any deer. I mean, if we can smell them 5 minutes after they walk through, they need a bath big time. Okay, straight up. Okay. So, anyways, scent control. It's like this right here. We always want to be invisible to the deer, their eyes. The problem is they can't see that good. I mean, they can see better than I think people think, but not like they can smell. And these same guys, they want to be invisible to the deer's eyes, but then they're out there basically shining around spotlights all where they go, to their nose, okay? These deer have, as humans, if we were a war for somebody and we want to look a long distance and see them, okay, there's this person, okay? Deer, we're using a spotting scope or binoculars. Deer have binocular or spotting noses, okay? I mean, they can reach out there some distance and pick you up with that nose of theirs, okay? So it makes no sense not to do our best to put out the least amount of scent as possible. Now it's just like, being fully camouflaged and stuff, I think it's a good idea. But we'll never be invisible to that deer. That deer will always be able to look up in a tree if we do something wrong and see us, okay? No matter how much camouflage you have on, they can still see you. But it's just like the scent control. No matter how much scent control you use, no matter how well of a scent control, there's always going to be them certain conditions that deer can get downwind to you and pick up your odor, and always, okay? You're not going to be completely 100% invisible, scent invisible. It's just no different than their vision, and that's just the way it is, okay? But it makes no sense. You wouldn't go out there wearing strobe lights all over you deer hunting, So why would you want to go out there wearing strobe lights for their nose. I guess you could say it like that, you know, without using any kind of scent control. Okay, so anyways, that's why it's so important, because their strongest defense is their nose, and it's hard for us as humans to grasp that because we can't smell like they can. We can see, so it's easy for us to say, okay, I see why it makes sense to wear camouflage, because it helps you blend in, okay? Scent control helps us blend into the environment a little, okay, or a lot. If you're good at it and you have a good type program, you can really blend in a lot, and you can really weaken your scent so much that I really feel like you can fool that deer's nose to at least thinking you were there a day ago, or that you're 500 yards away when you're only 20 yards, whatever the case may be, okay? Now the tip I want to give you is, you see this scent lock tote here? I've been wanting one of these for a few years. I used to use scent lock totes, or totes, Rubbermaid totes and stuff from Walmart or whatever, and they worked okay, but I really wanted one of these. Gander Mountain had these dudes on for sale for 50% off, so I picked me up one. But you want to get you some type of tote to keep your clothing and stuff in, because it's going to help with the foreign odor, okay? Now this tote here, and I want to let you guys know I'm not affiliated with ScentLock or getting paid in any form of way. This tote actually has a gasket around the edge. So this dude is airtight. You want one that's airtight. And then another key thing that you guys want in your tote, where you keep your clothes when you're not hunting. Basically, you wear shorts or something. I wear shorts and a t-shirt, even when it's 20 degrees, to my deer stand. Maybe a pair of sweatpants or something. I wear usually shorts and a t-shirt to my deer stand, not to my deer stand, but to where I park. Okay, and I change into my hunting clothes and I go hunting. As soon as I get off my deer stand, I get back to my vehicle, my hunting clothes come off into this tote, and they stay there. And they stay in my vehicle airtight, where odor can't get into them. But one very important thing in you guys' tote or your bag or something is to have some form of activated carbon inside there. And ScentLock, they make these pads. Okay, you can get these here, or you can, on eBay, you can order activated carbon powder and put some of that in here and keep that in your totes. And that is going to absorb any foreign odors that do get on your clothes, because it's going to happen. When you put your clothes on, it's going to contaminate them, okay, some. And with that in there, they sit in here all evening or the next, a few days, and that's going to absorb a lot of that odor that gets in here, because you want to keep these as scent-free as possible. And that's going to just help you guys to be, a little more invisible. A little more camouflage if you have set like that to a deer, a whitetail's nose, okay? Because there's no doubt, there's no one going to doubt or deny the fact that a deer's greatest sense is his nose, and the better we can fool his nose, the better deer hunters we're going to be. The more opportunities we're going to have to harvest deer, the more deer we're going to kill, the more deer we're going to see, okay? And the more times that you're going to be able to hunt your deer stand repetitively without over hunting it, okay? Because you're leaving so much scent in there. The more scent free you are, the more you can hunt that stand, over and over and over, okay? So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video here. I hope it helps you out. If you're totally against scent control, hey, that's fine. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care if you're scent control or not. I'm just really trying to help you guys out, and I've really seen some stuff in the woods, using ScentLock suits and really tight with my scent control that I couldn't have never seen prior to that. I want you to help you guys out as much as possible. And this tip here is a great tip. Keep them clothes as scent-free as possible. Least contaminated. Keep something in there that's going to absorb odor. Get you some carbon pads like this, airtight container, and keep them clothes in there. Get you some carbon powder. You can order it off eBay. Straight carbon powder, and keep it in your totes. and it'll help you guys. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you out. Good luck out there. For more tips, information, things like that, check out deerhuntingschool.com. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, the one you're seeing this video on right now. Subscribe to that. I put videos up there periodically that are really going to help you. It's not to try to sell anything. They're not, you know, to promote some product. It's not going to work. I can assure you, if I'm talking about a product, I'm a firm believer in it. Like this scentlock stuff, I don't make anything from talking about this. Okay, it's the truth. Okay, the reason I have this, like I said, it's airtight. It's sealed like a Yeti cooler. Has that seal around it. It has that around here, and it latches and pulls down tight to keep the odor out. And it's something I'm very, very firm believer in. So subscribe, follow me, check deerhuntingschool.com regularly, check the channel regularly. Guys, you can email me, whatever. Have a good day, and bye-bye.